There's actually a literary term that is used by authors when they write, and it's called peripety. And peripety is an unexpected plot twist, a redirected storyline, a total reversal. It's that moment in the book that causes you to stay up later than you should because you can't believe what you just read. You never saw it coming. And today we're wrapping up our 3-week study of the book of Esther, and in the final chapters of this book, it's going to feel like a peripety parade because it's going to happen more than once. So let's learn some lessons from Esther and see how God specializes in peripety. Lesson number 1, be shrewd in difficult situations. Esther is shrewd in her timing. She delayed her ask seemingly at the prompting of a supernatural nudge from the Spirit. Lesson number 2, look for where God is working upstream. God is always unfolding his plan. We just need to be aware and on the lookout for him. I guess what I want you to see in the book of Esther is that in your everyday life is that he's unfolding his plan. God can write an incredible story if you're willing to give him the pen. He's not done with your story. And that brings us to lesson number 3. When you can't see God's hand, trust his heart. Now here's a good moment just to stop and think about how God is working behind the scenes. What are the odds? Let's call this game, what are the odds? What are the odds that Esther waits a day? What are the odds that the king couldn't sleep? What are the odds that he asked for some history to be read? What are the odds that the servant picks the book from 4 years ago and turns to the story about Mordecai? What are the odds that the construction crew builds a 75-foot gallows in one day? What are the odds that the king walks back in at just the exact moment that Haman is up close and personal with Esther in an awkward position? What are the odds that all of this takes place right after God's people have prayed and fasted for 3 days? That's a lot of coincidences. And what I've discovered is that when I pray, coincidences happen. When I don't pray, they don't happen. God has you where he does for a reason. So stop seeing your life as a coincidence. Start seeing it as a divine placement that God has positioned you. Mordecai went from sackcloth to the king's robes. So don't give in to despair. You can't give up. The Bible invites you to believe in the coming peripety. Peripety isn't just limited to the book of Esther. We see it when David takes a pebble and he drops a giant. We see it with Daniel in the lion's den when ferocious animals become harmless cats. It's peripety. But the greatest reversal that ever occurred took place in a cemetery outside of Jerusalem. Jesus, the Christ, was Jesus, the corpse. No pulse, no breath, no hope. Wrapped tighter than an Egyptian mummy for 3 days, dead in a borrowed tomb. His enemies raised a toast to a dead Messiah. And just when all of hope was lost and joy was gone, peripety, his heart began to beat. His eyelids opened, pierced hands lifted, and Jesus stood in place, his heel squarely on the head of Satan. And when he did, the tables were turned. The reversal occurred. And who's to say he doesn't have a reversal for you in your future? God may seem invisible in the moment, but he will be undeniable in the outcome. The book of Esther is shouting, let God do his work. And when you are in the middle of the story, never allow Satan to place a period where God has chosen to place a comma. Your story is not over. If you're still breathing, then he is still writing. He's working everything for good.